covering a talk on how to develop an entrepreneur mindset. If you remember, we covered a couple of points of what kind of questions you need to ask yourself to know whether you're really an entrepreneur mindset right now or not. If you're not, it's all right, but at least you can ask yourself. So the first question which we talked about last time is, are you passionate about your venture? Right? When I say passion also drives you. It is a fuel to start as well as it is a fuel to keep you in the venture for a longer period of time, right? The second was, are you a promoter? So if you're a person who is a phlegmatic, if you don't know how to promote, then you have to learn this, because or else either you delegate this promotion to someone else, which is very rare. You will never find an entrepreneur who takes anyone's help to promote his idea, because that comes from heart, and you have to learn how to be a promoter for an idea and whatever you believe in. The third we discussed about is, can you handle stress? Because the moment you take up a venture on your head, trust me, the stress was so typical of any entrepreneur, and there are a lot of pressure points which we discussed last week as well. We also talked about in the points is, are you really healthy? Because if you're not in the right frame of mind, if you don't know your body well, if you're not in the optimized state of your mind, then all of your energy will be gone somewhere. You're leaking, your mental energy will be getting leaked. Okay. So today I'll cover 4 more questions, but with the story of a new story of Velcro. Have anyone used this product? So let me ask you maybe a few questions then before I go into the story of the Velcro. How much do you think, how many years it would have taken to develop this small, simple product? The product to come up and go to the market and to have a patent, it took 15 years, 14 to 15 years. And Velcro is not the product. Velcro is the company's name. The one which I showed you, it is not the product. It is a company's name, just like Xerox. If you heard about Xerox, right? Or we have to go to Xerox machine. Xerox is not a name of the product. It is a company's name. So Velcro is a company's name. It took 14 long years to come up with a patent, and it was found in Switzerland. So now you hear the story. It's a very amazing story. Okay. So it was almost in 1941 where there was a guy called De Mestral. He was a very normal, simple guy. He was very passionate. He was kind of he wanted to become an inventor. At that time, there are a lot of inventors in the market. So he wanted to become an inventor. He took his dog. He was very passionate about his pets and all. He went to stroll in the Alps of Swiss. And after coming back, if you remember, if you played in Gaon, in villages and everything, if you wear something like pant, after coming back and playing, you'll see some things are getting stick in your pant, right? The small thing which gets stick. And that guy did not ignore that. So when De Mestral saw this, after strolling, coming from there, he saw, okay, something is stick there. What is that? I need to see that. He took those things, his clothes and everything. He went to his lab and went into a microscope and just started watching what is making this happen. And then he observed this very small, minuscule hooks and loops were there. So the loops were kind of his own clothes. So your clothes will have some fabrics, right? That will be like acting like some loops. And the plant material which got stuck, it was like a loop. So then he realized, I think this is an amazing idea. I think we should monetize it. We could, make it go live, and we can make it big. So sometimes you get an idea, right? In your sleep time, something, yaar, kuch to kar sakte hain, bilkul kar sakte hain. So only thing is he did not let it go. He persisted, and to create that simple product, the challenge he made is he tried in multiple fabrics. He tried in cotton. He tried in multiple things. The problem was that when you were after sticking, it was not coming back again. So he did a lot of hit and trial. In fact, he went to Paris, that was the fashion capital. He went to a lot of mills, industries to get help, how he can build a prototype. And to just build a prototype, it took 8 years. And the challenge was to identify what materials to use, which material will stick and come back and again stick, which won't lose tension, because the more you do like this, you stick and tension not loses. And that took 8 years. And the challenge again was that anyone can copy this. So he thought, let me just patent it off. And he applied for patent in Switzerland. It took again 4 to 5 years. And eventually 1941 and in 1955, I think, 54 to 55, the patent was launched in Switzerland. And then he started his new store as well. So after launching the patent, 1 or 2 years, he thought, let me start my own company. And he named this term Velcro. Velcro is nothing but, if you just distribute this thing, Vel is velvet. Crow is, I think, crochet. Crochet means called loop. So he combined this and created a word out of it. And that company got started. After starting the company itself, the journey was not over. People were ridiculing. People were telling, "What is this product, man? It is useless. We don't want it." इतना rejections. मतलब after all this going through invent करते वक्त भी rejection face किया था. He was about to give up. He didn't give up. After 14 long years patent भी डाल दिया, but patent डालने के बाद भी he is not able to commercialize it. तो सोचो 14 साल का एफर्ट डाला, कमर्शियलाइज ही नहीं कर पा रहा, पैसे कहां से आएंगे? और वो कंपनी स्टार्ट करने के लिए ही टुक अराउंड $150,000 ऑफ लोन इन द टाइमलाइन ऑफ 1955. उस टाइम पे he took loan of that amount and he wanted to make it work. He took all in, all out, ठीक है? And after doing all of the stuff, he almost kind of gave up, but he ran the company just doing a small mom and pop store kind of stuff he ran. And after a few years, he applied patent for in the US as well. And in the US, if you remember, 1968 was something when Neil Armstrong went to space. And at that time, NASA was looking something, some product which does not use gum or any stickiness, and just so that they can use in their spacecraft and they can contain those some few equipments in what they have. And they also wanted to put in the space suit. And then they went into patents directory. They found Velcro, and that is how he got the first breakthrough. I don't know, out of 20 years, 18 to 19, 20 years, he got the first breakthrough. Why? Because NASA started using it. The moment NASA used, then that advertisement, all the marketing, everything happened for him. Then they got a kickstart after that. And that was a whole story of 20 years. And that after kickstart, and today you already know, it is worth more than $1 billion. It's $1 billion company as well. And it is spread across 30 plus countries. And revenue, in fact, 1998, the revenue was $41 million, $50 million net profit they used to earn because of the product. And that popular became in all industries of the current market. So what to learn? So the next four questions to ask whether you have an entrepreneur mindset is the fifth question is, are you comfortable with risk? If you're not comfortable, you be honest to yourself. It's fine that you're not comfortable. How about even practicing to take risk in your own job? Now you don't have to lose money there, right? You're blessed that you have a good job. Why don't you have a mindset of taking a risk there? That is the first step to break your comfort zone. Speaking here may be embarrassing to you. Let's say if you're talking for the first time, maybe you feel fearful, and it is a risk for you because you're exposing your insecurity or fear towards everyone. That is a risk. But can you overcome to get the outcome? The second thing, do you embrace failure as a friend? I don't have to say because the story itself told. If someone can persist for 20 long years, 15 long years, in spite of not giving up, that says that he took failure as a friend and he was obsessed by that idea to go into the market. The fourth question, number 7, is, are you creative in problem solving? Every time it didn't work, he didn't give up. This material won't work. He tried multiple material until he found something called nylon and with other material, where the weaving and the fabric got properly aligned. And that iteration took him 8 years. Can you believe it? 8 years to find the proper solution for the same problem. So he was very creative in problem solving. The last one, my favorite one, is, are you really optimistic? And optimistic have a very good simple quote. I have read this somewhere. So a person who makes the best out of it when he gets the worst of it. When you get the worst of your life, just assess your mind. Are you thinking positive that time, or your mind is going negative? If you're naturally going towards positivity, then I think you're already an optimist. And that comes with time, with your association, with the people you hang around with, honestly speaking, and the books you read and the people you associate, the kind of inspiration you get from people's life, your optimistic mindset get develops and you reflect in all aspect of life. So was he optimistic? Definitely he was optimistic. From 1951 to 1955, patent gaya, uske baad he took loans, everything, and still he died in 1978, I think, but his company still is running. You just Google up Velcro, it is still there. So that's the story which I wanted to share. So don't lose hope, even if you start late or something, doesn't matter. You just have to be in the game. As long as your reasons are clear, be in the game. And that is where we started. My journey with the Growth Express and with Vijay started 5 years back. Now, January 15 it was when I met Vijay for the first time, and he shared this story to me. So this story stayed with me since that day, and I realized that it is not about winning a sprint, it is more about a marathon. How long I can be in the game is the whole idea. And this is what story inspired me to take a decision that day. Until today, we are just batting, right? We are playing our game. So thank you so much.